This video is about all the renowned Canadians who passed away in 1983. Before we proceed, please subscribe to our channel to support us. Norma Sherer. She was born in August 1902 and she died in June 1983. Her age was 80 at the time of her death. She was a Canadian-American actress who was active on film from 1919 through 1942. Sherer often played spunky, sexually liberated women. She appeared in adaptations of Noel Coward, Eugene O'Neill, and William Shakespeare, and was the first five-time Academy Award acting nominee, winning Best Actress for The Divorce in 1930. Raymond Messi. He was born in August 1896 and he died in July 1983. His age was 86 at the time of his death. He was a Canadian actor known for his commanding stage-trained voice. For his lead role in Abe Lincoln in Illinois 1940, Messi was nominated for the Academy Award for Best Actor. He reprised his role as Lincoln on television and in How the West Was Won in 1962. Yves Thériault. He was born in November 1915 and he died in October 1983. His age was 63 at the time of his death. He was a prolific Canadian author known for his exploration of diverse cultural narratives. His works, such as Agaguk, remain celebrated for their depth and literary significance. In 1975, he was made an officer of the Order of Canada in recognition for being one of the most prolific writers and best-known novelist in Canada. Graham Spry. He was born in February 1900 and he died in November 1983. His age was 86 at the time of his death. He was a pioneer in Canadian broadcasting and a staunch advocate for public radio. His efforts were instrumental in establishing the Canadian Broadcasting Corporation, CBC. He played a crucial role during the 1962 Saskatchewan doctors' strike against Medicare by recruiting British doctors to move to the province. Fifi Dor. She was born in April 1904 and she died in December 1983. Her age was 79 at the time of her death. She was a glamorous actress who found fame in Hollywood with her frank charm and comedic talent. She was a beloved figure in both Canadian and American entertainment. She became a U.S. citizen in 1936, just as her career as a film star came to a sharp halt when she walked out on her contract at Fox Studios and was blacklisted. Edith Shuttleworth. She was born in July 1905 and she died in December 1983. Her age was 78 at the time of her death. She was a Canadian mezzo-soprano. She toured the rural areas of both Western Canada and the central United States and was selected to sing on the first international radio broadcast to the United States from the Eiffel Tower in Paris. She made her operatic debut in the United States with the National Opera Company at Metropolitan Opera in New York in 1934 before retiring professional when she got married in 1938. Ross McDonald. He was born in December 1915 and he died in July 1983. His age was 67 at the time of his death. Ross McDonald was a renowned crime novelist, best known for his Lou Archer series. His works are considered literary masterpieces in the genre, blending psychological depth with compelling storytelling. He is best known for his series of hard-boiled novels set in Southern California and featuring private detective Lou Archer. Gabrielle Roy. She was born in March 1909 and she died in July 1983. Her age was 74 at the time of her death. Gabrielle Roy was a celebrated Canadian author whose works, such as The Tin Flute, highlighted the struggles and resilience of ordinary people. Her writing remains an integral part of Canadian literature. Her first novel, Bonheur de Gazien, 1945, gave a starkly realistic portrait of the lives of people in Saint Henry, a working-class neighborhood of Montreal. Alden Nolan. He was born in January 1933 and he died in June 1983. His age was 50 at the time of his death. Alden was an acclaimed poet and novelist whose works explored themes of identity and rural life. His evocative writing earned him numerous accolades, including the Governor General's Award in New Brunswick, the Alden Nolan Award for Excellence in English Language Literary Arts is named in his honor. George Hudson. He was born in October 1893 and he died in May 1983. His age was 89 at the time of his death. He was a Canadian competition swimmer of the early 20th century and considered by many to be the greatest swimmer in Canadian history. Hudson won the 2 longer freestyle swimming gold medals at the 1912 Olympics, the only categories in which he competed. He also competed in the 1920 Summer Olympics. Fred Rose. He was born in December 1907 and he died in March 1983. His age was 75 at the time of his death. He was a Polish-Canadian politician and trade union organizer, best known for being the only member of the Canadian Parliament to be ever convicted of a charge related to spying for a foreign country, a member of the Communist Party of Canada and Labour Progressive Party. He served as a member parliament for Culture from 1943 to 1947. He was ousted from his seat after being found guilty of conspiring to steal weapons research for the Soviet Union. Stan Rogers. He was born in November 1949 and he died in June 1983. His age was 33 at the time of his death. He was a Canadian folk musician and songwriter who sang traditional-sounding songs frequently inspired by Canadian history and the working people's daily lives, especially from the fishing villages of the maritime provinces and later the farms of Canadian prairies and Great Lakes. He died in a fire aboard Air Canada Flight 797, grounded at the Greater Cincinnati Airport at the age of 33. Jean Rugo. He was born in June 1929 and he died in May 1983. His age was 53 at the time of his death. He was a professional wrestler, best known as Johnny Rugo. After an amateur wrestling career in 1956, he was joined by his brother, Jacques Rugo Sr. He is also the uncle of former wrestler Jacques Rugo and Raymond Rugo, who would go on to great fame in the World Wrestling Federation (WWF) as the fabulous Rugo brothers, as well as Armand Rugo, whose full-time career was cut shortly by injury. Thomas John Bentley. He was born in May 1891 and he died in June 1983. His age was 92 at the time of his death. He was a Canadian politician and farmer who advocated for agrarian rights. His dedication to cooperative movements earned him respect across political and social spheres. He was elected to the House of Commons of Canada in 1945 as a member of the Cooperative Commonwealth Federation to represent the riding of Swift Current. Andrew Bruan. He was born in September 1907 and he died in September 1983. His age was 76 at the time of his death. He was a lawyer and Canadian politician and member of Parliament. He was the grandson of Andrew George Blair, a Liberal cabinet minister who was also the Premier of New Brunswick. His son, John Bruan, also served in the House of Commons of Canada. Lonard Marsh. He was born in September 1906 and he died in May 1983. His age was 76 at the time of his death. Lonard Marsh was a pioneering sociologist whose work helped shape Canada's social welfare policies. He played a key role in the development of the Marsh Report, which influenced modern social programs. Thanks for watching the video. Please don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Have a nice day.